Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the brand new live stream. Today I'm joined in India once again. My trip is about halfway completed, and I am in the Isha Yoga Center. Or again, as you can see, the beautiful image of Adi Yogi behind me, the iconic, blissful face of Shiva, the first yogi. My apologies if you couldn't hear the intro. I'm back in India, and here we are, my friends, in the Isha Yoga Center once again. I chose a much more advantageous place to record. So if you're tuning in, welcome. Namaste. Mm. One thing that recently happened to me that I'd like to share is that I ate popcorn for the first time in many months. I wanted an evening snack yesterday, so I went to the local store and I bought some popcorn. Popcorn was good. It's popcorn, have some vegetable oil, some seasoning, turmeric, other seasonings like this. And I ate two bags, or maybe it would be one normal sized bag in America. Today, I feel terrible. I feel like my body is close to dying. Not in feeling way or, like sickness way, just in terms of the energy. I feel so much death inside, so much just lack of vitality is how I can put it. And it makes me think of an experiment that people do sometimes. They take electric rods and they put it into food to see the electric current that's running through the food. For example, if you take an watermelon, you open it. You put these rods, these electrical measurement instruments, and you can see there's an electrical current running between the watermelon. Similarly, you put it in virtually any food or fruit or vegetable, it has an electrical current. But if you put it into a steak, for example, it has no electrical current. It's totally dead. So this is the feeling that I have from eating these popped corn, is that I ate dead food. I ate food that has no life, no vitality, no energy, and I'm paying the price. I'm paying the price with lethargy. There's no vitality, there's no vigor, there's no exuberance. It literally took my life away, whatever amount that it could. So it makes me understand even more, and I understand this to a deep level, how much food impacts me, impacts a human being, and how vital it is to put the right food in your body. Because even just one slip up, like I ate some popped corn, the effects are tremendous. I wouldn't normally feel this when I was in my 20s because the metabolism and the digestive system is so fast that you just kind of intensely burn everything and not much negative residue is there. But the older you get, the more sensitive you become, the more aware you become, and the system is not that fast. It's not even about being fast, it's about you having a kind of maturity over yourself. And you're seeing, oh, these are the consequences, these are the effects. So I want to find a healthy alternative to snacks. I want to always eat the best foods. I never want to eat bad food because it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel like I'm wanting to sleep more or just want to not exist, not be alive. That's what dead food is. So chips is one of the most things that I crave. I can't wait to go back to Canada and eat Miss Vicky's not jalapeno, but kettle cooked chips. Some of the most extraordinary chips in the world. But I know how it'll make me feel. It'll make me feel like I need to sleep at least 2 hours more throughout the entire day. So if I sleep for 6 hours, I'll need to sleep 8 hours. If I sleep eight, I'll need to sleep for 10. And that's not a reasonable way of living. Similarly, I've noticed that the more raw fruit I eat, the more raw food I eat, and the less cooked food I eat, the less I sleep. And the more vitality I have, the more energy I have. But sometimes, for whatever reason, my body wants, I guess it's hungry or wants more stability, or wants more groundedness. I don't know what it is. But. So let me know, my friends, what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Drinking some lemon water. Shit. This is warm. I just traveled in a motorbike and the plastic heated up. That's not good. So I probably won't be drinking that. When plastic warms up, it releases billions of pieces of microplastics and also increases your estrogen. That's not something that you want. So let me know if you have any questions. 30 people that are here, welcome. Like this video. Let me know who you are. God bless you too. I visited the Dhyanalinga temple yesterday. That place is effortless to meditate in. That place meditates for you. You sit, close your eyes, and it does the work, the majority of the work. It's like you getting into a car. The car does the driving. You don't have to walk. So the Dhyanalinga is like that. I hope you get a chance to come here one day. And when I get home, I want to build some kind of Dhyanalinga structure in my own house. Of course, I can't replicate the temple, but with pictures, with yantras, with the right stones and the right materials, I can create a space that if you sit next to, you will feel like you're in the Dhyanalinga. That's been my intention for a long time. That's been my desire for a long time. Now I need to find the right place to do that. Yes, this is Shiva, the first yogi. Absolutely. Donations, absolutely. Send your donations my way. If you support my work, if you want me to continue to grow and to continue to upload these videos. Best way to support the channel is with your donation, with your super chat. My calf muscles hurt from trekking up the Valangre mountain. That was very, very painful. I'm not British. He's doing good. Yeah, thank you very much. Feeling good, feeling better that you're here. They certainly did. They certainly did made a statue out of me. Now, in reality, in appearance, I'm starting to look like this man, Shiva. It would be very fitting. It is very fitting that that's happening. My energy's changing, and my energy's subtly changing in a way that is very conducive. It's a dude. It's a dude. Shiva, the first yogi. The dog ate my pit bike with a 20 Australian super chat. Thank you for your donation. Nice orange, yellow, golden color. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. That helps me to grow. That helps my work. And I'll continue to go, my friends. I'll continue to do these live streams, share my energy, and share whatever insights, spiritual insights that I have every day, at least 6 days a week. Where am I from? I'm from Canada, Toronto, but I was born in Ukraine. What's up, Vince? So I trekked the Valangri Mountain, which took me 8 hours up and down. When I came down, I was exhausted is a word that is very light compared to the experience that I was feeling. I was just done permanently. The first moment that I actually stepped off the path and stepped onto level playing field or the level ground, it felt like I was getting dizzy. I was gonna pass out. So I'm gonna go there again. My calf muscles are so tight I can barely walk, but I hope I get to recover in the next couple of days. I want to go again. Hmm. Yes, Vince, be stingy and see where that gets you. Yesterday we were talking about veganism. That was a big conversation. Lots of people joined and participated. And I want to educate myself more on this topic of veganism because it's something that I will continue with for the majority of my time on this YouTube channel and my life in general. I want to be an animal activist and really make a positive change so that before I die, I make a significant impact in the world and and help people to transcend their illusions as it relates to animal abuse. So this being said, I watched this fantastic video on YouTube. It was 1 hour and 40 minutes long of a debate. It's a very famous style of type of debate, and the debate is like 20 minutes long, and one person defends 20 people. So you have 3 seconds, then when 3 seconds are up, you get to run to the table. And if you make it first, then you get to debate the person that you're debating. So it was one doctor, one vegan doctor debating 50 or 20 meat eaters. And you get 20 minutes, basically. And they have flags like, okay, we want this guy to leave. We want the speaker to leave. So the next person can take their turn. And one vegan just dismantled 20 meat eaters. Because when you're eating meat, there's really no argument to support that. Unless you're like in Antarctica, maybe, or in the North Pole, then that's pretty much the only way you can support animal abuse. But otherwise, there's nothing logical you can say that will defend your case against animal abuse or against eating animals' dead bodies. So that's something you have to look forward to watch. I highly recommend you watch it. I'll paste it on my YouTube post as well, and it's on my Discord. My cat would beg to differ. You mean you're gonna eat your cat? I don't recommend eating your cat or your pig. Eating animals for sport is not cool. By the way, this is something that I've learned also from this video that I watched. People eat animals for sport. Like, we eat animals for sport. And I know you're going to say, no, no, I don't. What? For sport? No. Yes, you do. Because you go to a grocery store. And in the grocery store, maybe half or more than half of the food, the entire food is there, is plant food. But instead, you go and choose the steak or the pig body parts or cow body parts or chicken body parts. And you're doing it for sport, nothing else. It's kind of like, it's a cool thing to do. It's hip. It's maybe a little bit convenient. You like the taste. This is exquisite. I'm a fancy guy. Well, the cow didn't think that. The cow suffered a lot. So you're doing it for sport, and you have to come to terms with your immorality. Your cat eats other animals, and you know about it. Okay, if your cat eats other animals, nothing you can do about that. Um, they are carnivores and leave nature to their own devices. Vince Vegan says, "Oh, okay, you're blocked." Oh, buddy, thank God for leaving my channel. Over 80 carnivorous plants, 800 carnivorous plants. Wow, that's impressive. That's nice. The variety of incredible things that nature has to offer. That's not nice that they're carnivorous, but it's nice of the amazing uniqueness of nature. You're not doing anything for sport, all right? Burgers. Um, I'm in India right now. You cannot give up meat. Well, at least I'm happy that you can admit that. I think I might try what you're saying. Yes, my friends, we have to. Okay, so Eric says, I hate factory farms. In this 1 hour and 30-minute video that I watched of this doctor debating one vegan debating 20 meat eaters, virtually every single person said, I don't like factory farms. Ah. But none of them had any argument to defend that, or everyone goes to the grocery store and buys meat. I don't like this, but I'm gonna continue doing this. What is that? I don't like exploiting women, but I'm gonna continue exploiting women. What kind of logic is that? My friends, I have to admit, it was hard for me to give up meat. Very hard. I'm 30 years old. Now I'm done. Permanently. There's no going back. But it took me about 10 years of struggling, like really paying attention, really looking. It was not easy. So, yeah, Stephen Adams says, I'm sorry, but we can't push your personal beliefs for sport means you kill it. No, exactly, yeah. So, like rapists that are somewhere on the planet that are like raping women for sport, they tie them into basements and rape them continuously. We can't force our beliefs on them because, it's like, it's not ethical to force your beliefs on everybody, right? Similarly with child abuse, you can't force the child abuser to like stop. It's their own personal opinions. Also, people that eat dogs, how dare you force your opinions and beliefs on them? Just let them continue having victims. No. The animal farming industry, and when you're eating meat on your dinner plate, that requires a victim. That's your victim, is on your dinner plate. Look, it's my victim right here. So when you have victims in front of you, you have to be more sensible about things. Yes, I am an Isha Yoga Center. Absolutely. 1995. That's where I am. Exactly. I'm a fourth generation hunter. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about the amount of karma you had to accumulate of killing. That's. I hope you intensify your spiritual practice. Right. So they even thanked the animals that they had to eat to survive. Okay, look, if you're eating animals to survive, I would understand. But no one here in the comments is eating animals to survive. No one, not even one person. What are you in the North Pole? What are you in sub-Saharan Africa? Are you in a starving situation that you're lost in the woods? You have to go kill? No, you have a grocery store. So irresponsible. It's irresponsible, nothing else. Are you vegan or vegetarian? Vegan. You cannot apply human moral, dummy. It's not a victim. You cannot apply human morality to an animal, dummy. It's not a victim. You're right, kid. Stardust. Absolutely right. Look, you know what, kid Stardust? I'm gonna take you on advice. Look, this is not a victim. This is an object. I'm gonna go and just, do whatever I want. Slap it, kick it, you know, injure it, because this is an object. This has no feelings. This has no emotions. This has no desires. This has no fear. It's like basically a rock. It's inanimate. And if I go punch it, kick it, stab it, who cares? Who cares? It's not even alive, right? So I was amazed by the lack of empathy that people have, and they continue to have as it relates to animal abuse, particularly when it comes to this documentary. Uh, People just don't understand that animals have their own life, and we are severely impacting animals. Um, I don't know, life. Yeah, so we are doing a lot of damage, and it's not sensible. It's not wise. That's just cruel. Exactly, it is cruel. So animal cruelty is what we're all doing. If we have victims on our dinner plate, that's. Do you think that's not cruel? Oh, I have a victim on my dinner plate, but I'm a kind person. Exactly. They have a soul and they have their own desires, and so we should treat animals with respect and not put them on our dinner plates. Like I guarantee things would not be the same if you saw me in person. So even if that was the case, Flack, do you think having victims and causing others to be miserable because you're fighting away frailness? Good luck, buddy. Good luck to you. And judging by your mind state when you're commenting, you're not fooling anybody. Out of sight, out of mind. Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind, everybody. I think that the majority of people that support eating meat would at least have some kind of humility when they first saw animal slaughterhouse videos. First, if you ever do any kind of debate with me, let's just together we'll do it. We'll watch an animal slaughterhouse video of cows being killed, chickens, pigs, and then we'll talk. Then it'll be a much different story because then you can't deny the reality. Oh, okay. Maybe I should maybe cut down a little bit or something. I don't know. Animals eat other animals, absolutely. Animals also lick their own shit and sniff their own asses and lick their balls and kill other babies and do other weird things that we don't do. We should be animals? No. So, so all I'm saying is that we need to have more empathy when it relates to animals. We need to see that animals have their own life, their desires. We shouldn't impede on animals' welfare for our simple taste pleasures because that's all that it is. We like the taste, nothing more. If it was for survival, it would be different. But it's not for survival. It's for taste. It's for sport. It's very irresponsible. It's very psychopathic, actually. Like if we enslaved women just to, torture them, mutilate them, and extract pleasure from them, and we thought, I mean, we've been doing this for a long time, and it's kind of like natural to do this. That would be very psychopathic because this person has their own unique individual experience. Sentient being. Everyone's sentient here. Animals are sentient as well. So us killing them for our sensual taste pleasures is not a spiritual thing that we're doing. Not at all. No, it's not the devil. No. It is for survival. Our ancestors have been providing and evolved you to eating meat. It's not for survival, Stephen Adams, because you have grocery stores, and I do too. So I'm alive and I'm vegan, so well, you can't do the same? Yes, you can. Have you learned some Tamil? No, no, I haven't, unfortunately. I'm in Hindustan, Hindu land. I'm in India. No matter how much you try to convince anyone different, we are all animals, part of the animal kingdom and the food chain. Life is not pretty. Incorrect. Incorrect. The animal slaughterhouse is a cycle of pain, not a cycle of life and torture and exploitation. Go watch some videos. Again, I challenge you to go watch some videos. And life is pretty for me. Don't speak for everybody, okay? My life might be ugly for you because you're doing ugly actions. But life is very pretty for me. I'm choosing the right ethical, moral guidelines to live by, not just in terms of eating meat, but in all ways. And my life is being rewarded for that. So I'm very thankful for the universe and for nature for making these laws. When you live by nature's laws, you get benefited. I mean, you can't, but what about protein? There's more protein in seitan, which is wheat gluten, than there is in steak or beef or whatever. And tofu has more protein than that, and plant protein has more protein than milk, and so on and so forth. So eat some plants. How do you think this cow, like if I just go up to this cow and say, "Oh, how'd you get so big? You must be eating all that meat. Where's your protein coming from?" I go to a gorilla or elephant or any large land animal and I ask, "Hey, where's your size? Are you getting your protein? Are you eating your meat?" No, buddy. We've been conditioned socially. Look, I'm watching this debate yesterday, right? One vegan versus 20 meat eaters. You look it up on YouTube after this. One vegan versus 20 meat eaters. And the vegan just destroys all of them. It was like exquisite to watch. You could just feel the juice of their ignorance coming out. And I'm watching this, and there's an ad shows up. And the ad is of chicken wings. Hey, everybody, eat some chicken wings. It's going to be great. And, I thought it was like, initially, it was like, emotionally impacted. Like, oh, how dare they? Is this on purpose? And then I realized, oh my God, it's actually way deeper than that because these people actually have to promote their chicken wings. Nobody has to go promote apples. Have you ever seen an apple being promoted on YouTube or any kind of commercial? Have you ever seen bananas being promoted or commercialized? Hey guys, buy this banana from Walmart, the best bananas. No, okay? Only trash that needs marketing needs to get promoted. And the meat industry is one of the most subsidized industries in the United States. Subsidized meaning it's not sustainable. So the government has to fund these entities from continuing to slaughter the animals. So it's just stupidity and ignorance on all levels. It's stupidity and ignorance, and there's nothing else. Cows can digest grass and yeah, yeah, I know, buddy. We all can digest grass or other plants, and everybody's stomach is different, all right? But you don't need meat to. This guy is so uneducated. Well, not everybody is as smart as you. It's yo, boss. So I'm here educating myself, and I don't know everything. Especially soybean crops. Soybean crops are what most animals eat. Anyways, there's just no good reason to support animal abuse. Please provide one. There's nothing. There's no good reason to continue eating meat. There's just nothing. And when I watched this video of one vegan destroying 20 meat eaters, it made me understand that so much more. And I'm happy I'm on the right side of history. Imagine I'm like the 1% of people that oppose slavery back in 200 years ago or whatever. I would be seen like, oh my God, right now I'm fighting the 99% of people that want to continue slavery. No, I want slavery. It's good. It's good. You're on the wrong side of history, my friends. No, animal abuse and slavery and exploitation needs to happen. Continue. Please stop. So, animals have no sense of morality. You can't change their nature. Okay, Ashton Schrader, you're getting put into a timeout. You're gonna go into the corner, think about your actions. What do you say about eggs? Eggs are chicken's menstrual cycle and also is a cycle of pain. Look up the egg industry. Look, why don't you educate yourself? People are saying that I'm uneducated. You have to look at where your own food is coming from and what you're paying to fund, what you're voting for. Go look up egg industry in the United States and take a look at the videos. Then make up your own mind. Comparing eating meat to slavery, clearly you're not thinking right. I know. Can you imagine forcibly impregnating living beings for them to give you birth, for that animal to be enslaved for its entire life, just for it to be used for our taste pleasures or sensual desires? It's not like slavery at all. It's completely different. Animals are property. Or there's a guy that's not even, he doesn't have two brain cells to rub together. It's not even worth talking to. Are you against abortion? That's a good question. I am against abortion after it's a certain length of time. But generally, yes, I am against abortion, unless it's like the first 4 weeks of conception or something like that. Then it's just you're just destroying the muscle. There's no conscience or there's no life in the body of a baby. Uh, you worship statues, idolater. The guy Eric said that as if it was an insult. Oh, I worship. You see me worshiping Eric? Can you show around? Well, can you send a donation? This is where I am, my friends. Take a look around at the bliss and the beauty of this place. So send a super chat. Let me know what your thoughts are. The best way to support the channel is by sending a super chat. Sadhguru Anisha eats is not vegan. It is vegan, Ascending Guru. You're clearly not ascending fast enough. The Bhiksha Hall is 100% plant-based. Maybe they have some milk that they milk themselves with the cows that they own, but the cows here aren't going for slaughter and they're treated very well. They're treated better than probably most people. So keep ascending, little buddy. Yeah, my friends. Yeah. So animal abuse cannot be excused. If you're eating meat, you just have to conclude or accept the fact that you're an animal abuser. That's something that we all have to accept. I had to accept that fact when I was abusing animals, when I was eating them, when I had their dead bodies on my dinner plate, when I had victims involved with my diet. My diet involved victims. Can you imagine that? And then I would call myself spiritual. Hey guys, I'm spiritual. By the way, I have victims on my dinner plate. Insane. That's insane. So this has to be abandoned, and it has to be done quickly. So you got to become vegan today, right now. It's not. It's done. It's time. A lion is an animal abuser. Absolutely, he abuses animals. Killing animal for their, for sustenance is abuse. But am I gonna go and meddle in a lion's business or stop tigers from killing each other? No, that's unsensible. I'm not an animal. Well, human animal is, I'm a human animal, but I'm a human being. I'm in a different form. And I have the ability to sit like this, cross-legged, I am sitting right now. I have the ability to meditate. I have the ability to be conscious. And I have the ability to not abuse animals for sport or for taste pleasures, which is a very rewarding feeling. It's a very rewarding feeling when you are not contributing to the suffering and pain of others. It feels very, very good. So that's what I recommend that you do as well, my friends. Stop it. Get some help. And if you want to ask some questions or make a statement, send a super chat. Best way to support the channel. And I'll read your question or comment out loud. So I'll wait for you to do that. Nice. Thank you. Non-noodle dancer says, I personally am not vegan, but I admire vegans for their selflessness. The system is very messed up. I wish I could stop. Yes. So that's admirable. That's an admirable statement. And do your best. Do your best to be vegan. Do your best to choose a vegan lifestyle. Veganism is not just a diet, it's a lifestyle. Meaning leather is not vegan and different things that you buy are not vegan. So Do your best to reduce the suffering of your choices. That's very simple. One day you can go and get a vegan burger instead of a regular burger. In this video that I watched, it was 1 hour, 30-minute video of one vegan destroying 30 meat eaters or 30 animal abusers. He said he gave some kind of a study that was done. It was a blind taste test, which they took like 130 people. They blindfolded them and they handed them two burgers. One of the burgers was pure cheeseburger, regular cheeseburger with a cow, dead cow, rest in peace. And another burger was just plants, a plant patty, but also vegan cheese and things like that. And the majority of people in this blind taste test prefer the taste of the plant burger. Sorry, who knew that eating bloody body parts tastes weird and bad? Who knew? And who knew that you have to be deeply socially conditioned to want that? Every commercial, oh, this juicy burger, the Burgernator, and McDonald's Krabby Patty formula, and eat this burger today, and oh, Carl's Jr., oh, you're stupid. You have to come to terms with that you're stupid. I'm stupid, okay? I'm not some unique person here that I'm some sort of smart guy. I'm stupid as hell as well. But the difference is I'm willing to accept it. I was watching this 1 hour, 70-minute video, one vegan destroying 30 meat eaters or 20 meat eaters. You watch it on YouTube. And this is the realization I was coming to. Like 1 hour into the video, I'm watching, I'm like, oh my God, humans are so stupid. These people are so stupid. How their arguments are, what they're saying, complete lack of any sensibility to life. Just nothing. Like barely studied life, barely open to life experience at all. I'm like, I was impressed. Wow. It made me think of Sadhguru Sri Brahma, this wise yogi. He said that human beings' ignorance is like massive. You got to be very gentle with it because it could crush you. So yeah, it made me also understand I'm stupid. Like seeing how stupid people are, they are, the meat eaters, the animal abusers. I'm not any different. I'm a human being as well. But I'm striving to reduce my stupidity, to dissolve my stupidity. What about eggs? Eggs are bad. Look up the egg industry. So veganism is about reducing suffering. If you take a chicken's ass and you wait for it to plop out an egg and eat it, no problem. Okay, chicken didn't suffer, nobody suffered. You're just eating something, doing something weird. It's about reducing the suffering on the planet. Hello. Sadhguru Isha stole the honey and the bee. All right, ascending guru, you really fell down from your name and my perception of you. You are you're not so smart. What do you think of heart patients who are alive today because they had a pig or a cow alive replacement? That's a sensitive topic, and I don't have any kind of definitive explanation for you. I think that's a good thing generally, that unfortunately we kill the cow or the pig or whatever to replace it with a human being, and I think that the human being's life is more valuable than the pig's. So I'm willing to make that statement. So I was on the Valangri Mountain recently. I will show you. This is the Valangri Mountain. It is in the Isha Yoga Center, close by. And I went to Sadhguru Sri Brahma's Mahasamadhi, which is this very wise, powerful yogi, Tain Mahasamadhi, and I stayed for some time there, so I will go there again. Growing crops at a large scale requires mass pesticide use, which kills millions, even billions of insects. Absolutely. Uh, Zane, you're correct. If there is a way to reduce that, to remove that somehow, or if you can tell me what choices I can make to not do that, I will do that. I'm not here to create death for millions of mosquitoes or insects. We also have to understand that the majority of crops are grown for animal agriculture. We grow like 70% of all farmland on earth is grown food, plant food, to feed the animals, and then we eat. We kill and eat. You imagine how insane that is? We're insane. We are insane. We're not thinking clearly. We're totally out of whack with the natural alignment of life. We need to be some serious changes need to happen on the planet. And you know how it starts, my friends? It's like this. Look, this person is just sitting and blissed out. So it starts by you coming to a place like this, into a conscious space where they don't abuse animals. They eat a plant-based diet. This is the first step on any spiritual path or practice. You stop eating animals. You stop eating meat because it helps you so much. Are figs are figs vegan despite wasp pollution pollination? Um, yes, generally it's considered vegan. Plant food is considered vegan. I understand the amount of death that goes into growing crops, but there is no alternative. What is the alternative? We eat rocks? Well, we can't digest rocks. Please find an alternative that we can avoid insect death and animal death, growing crops, and I will be the first one to say it. I'll chat GPT this. But if you really care about insects dying in plant agriculture, then don't eat meat, because the majority of the plant agriculture is made for the purpose of feeding cows. Pretending that you are not deceiving is a sure sign of delusional thinking. Sitting cross-legged accomplishes nothing. Oh, there's an old man that lived a confused life, but I'm glad at least he's old, so that the natural cycles of his life are, he's gained some wisdom. You want to come here? Okay. Okay, okay. So let me move. Let me change places. Let me go sit somewhere more appropriate, more energetic, and we'll continue talking. Young enough, you wouldn't say to my face. Of course I would. What are you gonna do? Abuse me? You're gonna react with violence to something that somebody says? Well, you really are dumb. Not only you're old, but dumb. Not a good combination. And then you would go to jail, and that would be a sight to see. Anyways, here we are. Wouldn't raise your own animals and eating them produce less suffering than agricultural industry? Yes, it would. Yes, but you're still you're still doing a wrong thing. You're still doing a bad thing. You're killing an animal. So nobody enjoys the act of killing. Why are you killing the animal in the first place? Just leave the animals alone. Just go eat a plant-based burger if you really crave the taste of burgers. Go do something more sensible. Go, yeah, there's so many varieties of food that you can eat. There's no need for that. There's no need to kill living beings at all. There's no need to abuse animals. Yes, I have met some Agoris. I do believe in God, yes. Ascending guru is really descending in his guru's nature. He's not really a guru. The real question is, which system reduces overall suffering in industrial farming? So again, Zayn, are you not, like, are you dumb? That's the only conclusion I can make. Are you dumb? He says, the real question is, which system reduces overall suffering? Industrial farming, plants, killing huge numbers of insects, or animal meat, producing, killing fewer animals, but directly? Again, are you dumb? I'm sorry. But you have to understand, the majority of plant food is grown to feed animals. 70% of all plants, 70% of all land on the planet is 70% of all farms on the planet uses to grow crops to feed animals. 30% is going towards feeding humans. So I'm in that 30%. In the 70%, you feed animals for them to feed you, for you to kill them and eat them. So you're causing way more insect death from your animal abuse diet than I'm just being vegan. Please, if you come back again, you can't be this dumb to understand logic. And I'm sorry to call you dumb. I'm not saying this is an insult. But when people can't understand like 1 + 1 = 2, they can't follow simple logic. The only conclusion I can make is you're dumb. I'm sorry. God sacrifices an animal to cloth Adam and Eve. All right, sure he does. Sure, but I assume you're actually very close to the North Sentinel Island. I get some. All right, buddy. What kind of animal live on the mountains? Tigers live there. Elephants live there. All sorts of animals live there. Sadhguru Nisha. All right, this ascending guru is gone. Ascending guru is not really an ascending guru. It's more of like a descending guru. So we have to be more conscious. We have to be more empathetic towards others. We have to be more empathetic towards the experience of others, other animals. Do you have empathy for animals, my friends? When you see a slaughterhouse video of a cow brutally getting its head cut off, do you think, oh, that's perfectly okay with me? No, you're probably thinking, oh, this is bad. Why don't you make the choices to not make that happen anymore? Go vegan, not have victims on your dinner plate. Ariane says two questions. My pet dog refuses to eat, but meat, what should I do? And two, today we can create real good meat using stem cell technology. Can we get as much meat, hides, altars? Yes. The second question, I hope to God and I pray to Jesus Almighty and Allah, Buddha, Krishna, Jesus, Shiva, anything that in the universe, that the technology arises for people to create meat in labs and for it to become a big industry. At the very least, the leather and all the animals that are being slaughtered for those purposes get taken care of. Then the meat will slowly start to get integrated. So people will eat lab-grown meat as hamburgers, and they will for sure because they're already eating dead bodies. So it's not a big stretch. They say that, oh, it's disgusting, it's immoral. You're eating blood. So your thinking of disgust is not even it's not even you that's thinking. Understand? It's like piles on layers of ignorance from others, and you don't even know what your thoughts are actually. As far as your first question, what about the dogs? Your dogs are eating meat. Well, a dog is a carnivorous animal. He's an omnivore largely. He's, not really, but a carnivorous animal. I don't know, do some research on how to make your dog vegan if you want to do that, but I would recommend not getting dogs in the first place. So feed your dog whatever you wish. I hope that you feed him very simple foods like fish, because to me, killing a cow to feed a dog is like also insane. A cow is way more intelligent, way more empathetic, way more human-like emotions than a dog. And I'm gonna what? Kill a human to feed a little cockroach? That's insane. That's insane logic. It's not sustainable at all. So if you have to have dogs, and do it. So look at this, okay? I'll give you a perfect example. Look at this object, meat eaters will say. Look at this object. Look, no feelings, no empathy, just cut his head off and eat it. Right, guys? Right? Am I right? No, no, I'm being sarcastic and I'm joking. So, yeah, this is something clearly that I'm very passionate about. This has to change, and somebody has to speak up. Somebody has to do the right things. I've done the right things physically, and now I'm doing the right things verbally. My friends, if you want to have your questions answered, if you want to support my channel, if you think this work is worthwhile and valuable, please send a super chat. Yes, don't get a dog unless you make it vegan. And the only reason to get a dog is if you have livestock to protect, I would understand, or if you have a service animal also, or if you have like some, I don't know, if you want personal defense, that's also not a realistic thing. Personal defense dog, what? Buddy, just whatever. I'm not even going to go into it. There are some small exceptions to get a dog, but to get a dog for a pet, like, buddy, just get some friends. What do you need a dirty, stinky, hairy animal to pick up its shit after? And then feed it a bunch of animals that didn't want to die either. It's like insane. We're insane. What are we doing? So, treat your dog well. That's not vegan to make your dogs to suffer and starve. But also understand, there's ways I'm sure you can make a dog vegan. So you should do some research. I'm not really too educated on that. Aren't plants technically living things as well? Yes, plants are technically living things, but they're not sentient like human beings are, or cows are, or pigs are, or chickens are, or animals are. Meat is good. Bacon, yum. So, yeah, stupidity and ignorance is never too far away from being here. Feeding dogs and cats meat is a valid exception, yes. If you are gonna feed your dog meat, then give it fish. It's the least suffering you can cause. Caring for animal meat, caring for animals means respecting their nature, not projecting our diet onto them. Do we care about animals? Hey, maybe we should make a poll here. Do you care about animals or do you love animals? Hey, who here loves animals? Raise your hands. Me, I do. I'm Billy. Well, I'm John. I love animals. Oh, I'm Stacy. I love animals. They're my favorite. Oh, I'm Nancy. I love animals too. I'm Johnny. I love animals. Okay, guys, what do you want for breakfast? Give me that pig's head or pig's arms or ass. You know what? Today I'm feeling like a cow's stomach. I really want a chicken's leg today. Yeah, cut off a chicken's leg and feed it to me. But I love animals. We are insane. We're insane. Okay, and Ashton, you're getting a put a timeout. You need a little bit of a break in the corner. Come back after 5 minutes and think about what you've done. Okay, take care. Do you want to kill bugs? No, I don't want to kill bugs. Killing any living being is not wise. Understand, my friends, this is not some altruistic, idealistic thing. Oh, we should love and we should not kill. Yeah, why? Why shouldn't we kill? Is God gonna come and punish me? Well, yes. But nature punish you instantly when you kill. Have you noticed? Go try to kill a mosquito or a spider. It doesn't feel good at all if you have any kind of emotional sensitivity or a conscience, okay? Maybe if you're so dull, like if you're just living like the normal everyday American life, you don't feel the difference between someone slapping you in the face and somebody giving you a hug. That's what I mean, like you're totally gone, you're totally lost. And then killing an insect, I don't feel anything. Of course, buddy, you don't feel much, let alone killing something as refined as killing an insect. Just forget about you, all right? But it feels bad. It hurts. It doesn't feel good killing. It's bad for our psyche. It's bad for our emotions, bad for our heart. Should not kill. Dion McNeil donates 5 New Zealand dollars. This is what we want, my friends. This is what we appreciate. We appreciate super chats. We appreciate donations. Best way to support my channel, best way to support this channel is by sending super chats. So he says, I love the whole grift. I fully get it now between you and Rob. It actually pretty hilarious. Respect for sticking to the bit for so long. Well, Deanna, I don't know really what grift means. Uh, maybe you can define that for me. And I'm glad you're intelligent enough to get it, whatever you're getting. So kudos to you. Um, yeah, tell me what the grift is, okay? So yeah, if you want your voice to be heard, my friends, and if you want to support my channel, if you want me to read your question out loud, and most importantly, support me, please send a super chat. If you think what I'm doing is valuable, send me a few dollars. What is your ethical mm, system value most? Reducing net suffering. Yes. Well, this is is sensible to do, isn't it? To reduce the overall suffering on planet. So it's needless, my friends. It's needless suffering. The cows go through unnecessary suffering. It's not a reasonable thing to do. Is it bad to eat a cow if it died of old age? No, it's not, because there's no ethical or moral dilemma. You're only going to have to accept the health consequences of eating a corpse, which, by the way, you're eating corpses if you're eating a bacon, burger, or chicken wing or something. It's a corpse. Please understand the reality. What kind of corpse do you want to eat today, honey? I think I want a chicken's corpse or a flightless bird. What makes bugs walk on can't, but dog eat dog? Look, whatever the nature is doing, I understand. We can't go and meddle with nature. Nature is doing all kinds of weird things. Nature is killing their own children. So nature is, also human nature. We're doing all sorts of weird things. It doesn't mean it's good. If an animal came and looked at the human nature, oh, sometimes they murder each other in wars. It must be natural. It's not natural. It's insane. It's insane to have slaughterhouses. It's insane. Guys, we live here alongside animals. They're not our objects to enslave, torture, mutilate, murder, and kill for our food, for our taste pleasures. They're not food. They're to be left alone. They're to be left to live. Plants are food. There's an abundance of plants, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes. So many things. I eat nothing but meat. God made animals for us to use them. Yes, Ivor. God made women for men to abuse them. God made those ethnically different people for us to enslave them. You got it. You got it, Cipher. Keep siphoning the life of other beings. That'll be good for you. That'll be good for your psyche. What religion do you actually follow? I don't follow any religion, Dion. I know you're trying to understand me by putting me in a box, but it's not going to happen. Right now, I'm in Hindu land, Hindustan. That is the most organization or religious kind of views that I've uh, um, that is impacted me the most. Okay, so Hinduism, Buddhism, Hinduism. That's the stuff. What about talking about food, not women? We're talking about. Oh my God, how stupid can you be, my friends? Life on Earth We're talking about life. We're talking about others' experiences. You understand? Empathy means being able to feel and perceive what's happening around you or in others' experience, not just your own. That's what empathy is. So animals have their own experience. We have no right to enslave them, torture them. That's bad. Torture is bad. Killing is bad, my friends. You weren't taught this in school, weren't you? I probably might get dreads. Maybe I'll do something about that. You are so misinformed, or you are completely not informed completely. You haven't given me any counter argument or counterclaim. So, buddy, guy doesn't eat something that else can. The lack of empathy that people have. This is what the fundamentally people that I hear that are commenting. It's a lack of empathy. You have a no empathy for the animal's well-being, the animal's experience. You can't see how they feel. You can't imagine what it will be like to be them. And you thinking that it's okay to do. It's not okay. It's not okay to abuse others. It's not okay to abuse people. It's not okay to abuse people. It's also not okay to abuse animals. Do you agree? Do you agree that animal abuse should be outlawed and illegal? Hey, who here agrees that animal abuse should be outlawed? You don't even know the difference between vegan and vegetarian. I do know. A vegan is far better than a vegetarian. A vegan eats plant food. A vegetarian eats animal excretions and milk, cheese, and eggs. How is that informed for you? Am I informed enough? Oh my goodness, the amount of uneducation that this is what I'm gonna take on, my practice of educating people. So this person says, beard, beard life says, did you fly there? Three question marks. On a plane? Four question marks. Any plastic, that recording device? One question mark. Typical narc hypocrite. I think uh you're insinuating that just because I flew and it requires gasoline and it goes into the sky and it creates pollution and it creates climate change and it's bad. I agree, it's bad. It's not the best. And therefore, I have the right to slit a cow's throat and eat its dead corpse. No. We're talking about proportionality. We want to live in a lifestyle in a way that we reduce the suffering of everyone to the maximum extent. Some suffering is not you're not capable of avoiding. Some suffering you can't avoid, but we have to do our best to avoid animal suffering. Not animal suffering. We have to do our best to reduce suffering on the planet for everyone, not just human beings. Don't you think, though? Don't you think that? Genuine question. How do you think humans have lived so long and for eating animals as a part of their diet? Yeah, I'm sure they eat animals as a part of their diet. It was you go and kill an animal, or otherwise you starve to death. It's very simple. So that's how I think that it was done. But we're not in that state right now. And even if we were going and hunting, it wouldn't be such a big deal. We are enslaving animals by the billions, by the hundreds of billions in the world every single year. Why? Why? We've gone insane. This is the statue of Shiva, the first yogi. He's an Indian god, you can say, some being that has influenced Hindu culture a lot. He was the first person to teach yoga in the world. So empathy, my friends, we have to develop and strengthen our empathy. When we see children suffering in a war zone, you can imagine how bad that feels, and how good it feels to be you, not there. When you see an animal in a slaughterhouse, you can imagine how bad that feels and how good it feels to be you, not being slaughtered. So why put someone else into a slaughterhouse? What kind of person that does make you? There is probably a God, yeah. No edits. You are misinformed. He said anyone that has any kind of claims like that, they're welcome to take maps. He'll provide the maps. You can go and find any corridor or anything. And if you find it, then he'll leave India forever. He also said there's many organizations that have claimed there's no corridors. He had to take the right precautions, legal precautions. So your baseless claims are irrelevant. And you're reading tabloids. So don't read tabloids. Sadhguru does not hurt others. Hey Shiva, have you met Sadhguru? See him there. No, I have not. Instinct Austin says, I named my cow Turkey, then I killed him and made him my dinner. So he was a turkey burger. That's so funny. That's so funny. Wow. That cow didn't have any personal experience or had emotions or pain or suffered at all. That's funny that a cow is an object and you can just do whatever you want with it. Man, that was a great joke. Keep going, man. Keep going. People are insane. If you think people are not insane, here's my claim. People are insane. Humans are insane. No, we're very wise. I have corpses on our dinner plate. I have victims on my dinner plate every night. I'm smart. 200 years ago, we had slaves. Slavery was a real thing in the United States. That's also sane, right? Slavery is a real sane thing, right? No, we're insane. I'm going to get dreads soon. Nice. Sadhguru is in the Tennessee ashram. So we have to stop being insane. Let's stop being insane, my friends. Someone, as someone who knows farmers and hunts a lot, and also truly believes animal products should be a part of daily life, can I call in and have a debate one day when you're free? Yes, absolutely. I'll be glad to debate an animal abuser. Shiva versus animal abuser. We'll make it maybe we can make it today or in a couple of hours. Your smirk shows you know it very well. His ashram and the new development corridor, the Vod elephant. Look, even if that's true, which it's pretty much 90% it's not true. There's like a few acres of land. Now animals can't go there. Big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. You know how many human beings' lives were positively impacted? Now the elephants have to go maybe around the ashram. What is a big deal? An animal corridor. Oh no, elephants can't. You know, elephants have to find a different corridor. What? What? If he went and killed a bunch of elephants, that would be a big deal. Holy shit! What is he doing? Killing elephants? My God, I would I would not be here probably. What? Bill, like what? Buddy, where are you? Where are you at? Huh? You're on some land? Oh, how dare you build land? Didn't you know that you killed insects? That's basically what you're saying. So it's about reducing the suffering on the planet Earth, and you can't reduce everything. You can't, you have to do what's sensible. Is it sensible to enslave 100 billion animals and cut their throats every year because you like the taste? Answer that one for yourself. Yes, it's not true. Proven by the Supreme Court. It's legal space. Yeah, they took this to the Supreme Court or whatever. They had some legal arguments about this, and they ruled it's not any kind of corridor. So if it was true, then he would be in jail. Stop crying. Just because Sadhguru is more successful than you doesn't mean you have to be jealous of him. Strive to be better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. Again, go look at the Supreme Court findings or whatever, the legal battles that they had. Yes, non-violence, non-violence, Mahesh. See you later. Is it sensible to force veganism on everyone when you abuse animals just as much? First of all, I don't abuse animals just as much. That's number one. And number two, I will take a step back and ask you, hey, is it forcible to force your ideas of abolishing slavery on everyone else when slavery benefits so many people? Hmm? Yes, it is. Yes, it is sensible. It's sensible to stop animal abuse, needless animal abuse. Do you eat fish? No. What part of not abusing animals do you not understand? Are you stupid? We are accepting super chats here, my friend. Send a super chat my way. One last question for now, please. Do you know the vegetables you eat have been sprayed with chemicals to kill insects and plow fields, etc., on pigs, rabbits? Yes, I do know that. I do know that. So that's the answer to your question. And do you know that out of 100% of the farmland that's grown to produce food, 70% of that farmland is grown to produce the animals that you eat and you abuse, and 30% is grown towards feeding humans? So if you really want to care about insects, you go vegan. Okay? If it's about reducing suffering, only eat animals you raise would be more ethical than parking in the agriculture. That's true. But here's a thought. Why not just not slit others' throats either? Here's a revolutionary thought. I might have to win the Nobel Prize for that one. Wow, amazing. You just eat a bunch of fruits, vegetables, thousands of varieties, nuts that just grow out of the ground and grow in the trees, seeds as well, lentils, legumes, beans. Wow, amazing. It's almost like life and nature gave us all the food we need instead of doing violent acts to others. Wow, revolutionary. I'm a genius. I'm a freaking genius. Meat is just good, man. So is slavery, bro. So is child abuse and abusing women. Oh, it's so good, bro. And so is killing in in wars, right? Wars is so good. It's natural. War. Ah, war. No, it's not. Neither of those things are good. You know what's good? Being kind and compassionate. That's good. You know what's good? Not dying and not causing others to die needlessly. That's also good. Don't you think? Are you using Samsung phone to stream? No, I'm not. If you cared about, I'm using an iPhone. If you cared about the earth, you would become Christian, bud, not an animal worshiper. Wow. I had to really open my eyes to absorb the lack of insight and wisdom that person has and the amount of confusion and delusion that person has. Look, I'm not even going to go into I'm done. You did not learn about Jainism. It's the exact thing Jain monks used to go back and yeah, Jain monks really take it to another step of reducing suffering or reducing pain unnecessarily. Nice subjective argument. You have to be more specific. I can't read your mind. That's the thing about communication. You have to be precise. Don't worry, responding to any. Yeah, exactly. Any person that is highly religious, it's like almost impossible to have an argument because they lack the brains to do that, or not the brains. Of course, people have brains, but they lack the intelligent capacity to argue. They've thrown away their intelligence to go towards blindly believing. I believe in Santa Claus, and you can't prove any other way. Oh, sorry, did I say Santa Claus? I meant God. Don't bother with okay. Are you going to be going to the second one of those statues? Maybe. Be spiritual, not religious. AK said it best. Absolutely. I'm spiritual here. I'm not religious. Religion is for dumb people or followers. We can say followers. I should say dumb. You're a follower. You don't know much. You just someone tells you something and you believe it. The hell's that? Jainism and Buddhism teaches to be compassionate over every creature on this earth. Why did you go for Sadhguru, brother? He is a fraud. I can prove it. Prove it, bro. Prove it. You're going to be the one to put him in jail. People have been trying to prove it for years. Take him to courts. The courts didn't seem to think so. The Prime Minister of India didn't seem to think so. One of the most respected men on the planet. But you, Mr. K. Edits, a person with an anonymous name, doesn't even have a profile picture on him, you're going to prove Sadhguru is a fraud. Okay. Again, humans are stupid. We're stupid. So people are so stupid. I'm stupid too. But my God, I need to work out my ignorance. I can't be I can't be stupid. It scares me. Dion McNeil. Dion, shout out to you for another $5 New Zealand dollars. My friend, I don't know what happened to your gig, your offer. Maybe that's gone out of the window now. Okay. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you for your continued support. So, you don't mind the animal being killed for your vegetables and tofu, etc. Look it up. But it's not okay for us to buy steak at a store. Uh, Dion, are you stupid? Dion, genuinely, are you stupid? I've specifically told you a few minutes ago, to you specifically. Are you stupid, Dion? Dion. Okay, you're not stupid. Fine. Dion, when you go to the grocery store, the cow that you buy, the steak, the animal's body part that you buy, what do you think the cow ate? What was the cow fed? Hmm? Let's look up some research. The cow was fed corn. The cow was fed soybeans. The cow was fed other plant material. It was not fed grass, that's for sure. It's very rare that they feed cows grass. Corn and soybeans and some other crap. The corn and soybeans, where does that grow? Dion, where do these plants grow? They grow in out of the ground in farms. Huge farms. Big farms. Those farms also contribute to insects dying and all animals dying. Large amounts of animals die because of that. If animals died tomorrow, like cows, pigs, chickens, there was no more, everyone had to be vegan, the amount of insects that would die would go down way more because there would be no need to feed the cows. The majority of plant agriculture goes towards feeding cows, pigs, chickens, the animals that we eat. That wasn't my question though, Shiva. Stop acting like I'm stupid. What? Okay, let's go back to your question. Maybe I am stupid. I am stupid. Okay, I acknowledge that. So you don't mind the animals being killed for your vegetables and tofu, etc. Look it up. But it's not okay for us to buy steak at the. Okay, fine. I misread that. So that those facts still need to be made and need to be understood. That's number one. It creates way more suffering and pain to eat animals, even though everything that I've explained, right? The suffering of the insects that die. I think what you're asking is, well, yeah, okay, that's fine. But what about the animals that get killed for my crops? Like I eat corn, I eat soybeans, I eat tofu, I eat other vegetables, and that requires spraying of those vegetables. That requires insects to be killed. That requires the land to be plowed and the snakes to be uprooted and killed and chopped into bits, and the squirrels that are probably in the ground or the rodents that are in the ground. Tons of insects and mosquitoes, uh, insects that are in the ground, worms, etc. They have to be just killed. And what do I think about that? Is that okay? Well, it's not okay. My question was that is not. So you're okay with animals dying on your benefit, just no one other, but no one else. Okay, yes. So is that okay? Well, realistically or objectively, no, it's not okay. If there's a way for us to stop doing that, if there's a way for us to stop spraying the pesticides for pests to come and eat pests and quotes, insects to come and eat the food that we're growing for us, then we should support that. If there's technology we can invent to avoid deaths from in the soil, we should support that. But right now, there's not anything that we can really do. If you can educate me, fine, show me where. In the grocery store, if there was two plants, one celery was grown in pesticides and killing insects and all this stuff, and another thing that was grown without that, I would choose the without that. So it's about the choices that we make, the right choices that avoids unnecessary pain and suffering. And we should strive towards it, absolutely. So as technology gets better, we can make technology in a way that scatters all these insects and we just produce crops in an efficient way where nothing else has to die. That would be really good. That's what I'm for. DJ Gam spams. No one cares. DJ Gam, you have no sensitivity to life. I apologize on your behalf, and it's time for you to get a timeout, sit in the corner, and take a little bit of a break, okay? Disconnect yourself from society and be. See, I did. I did for a long time. I was quite blissful. Thank you. I don't get people debating. I eat meat because it's convenient and I'm lazy. But it's 100% ridiculous to argue with vegans as they're not correct. The stupidity and ignorance on the planet is too severe. It's like amazing. I thought that we were better than this. Yeah. Yeah, save 99. Killing animals for our taste pleasures and because we're lazy? It's correct. And people that are arguing for the ethical treatment of animals and human beings and life on planet Earth, they're not correct. 100%. I'm being sarcastic. I can't help but to be sarcastic. I'm just filled with so much anger. There's so much stupidity on this planet. Yes, Arcadian Stacker, we're preaching against animal abuse, not meat eaters. Animal abuse, something needs to be abolished. Animal abuse is immoral and unethical. Animals kill each other. Animals, please make them stop. They won't go. No, my friends. Animals need to be left to their own animal devices. Animals have no ability to understand what ethics or morality is. But you, as a conscious human being, I may be assuming too much, being conscious and all. You have the ability to be moral and ethical and understand and have empathy towards other people's experience. That's why wars are bad. That's why rape is bad. That's why murder is bad. That's why child abuse is bad. That's why abusing animals is bad. Hmm? Don't you think? Don't you think, buddy? As technology gets better, we will get lab-grown meat, which will exactly, yes, Red Boy. As technology advances, we will get lab-grown meat, and then we won't need to make animals suffer for our taste pleasures. I'm gonna abuse. I know where you live. Gonna idea where you live. Yeah. Well, my friend, you should stop abusing animals. India, Hindu majority country, is the second largest exporter of beef and goat meat into Brazil, America, Europe, and Middle East. What are you going to say about that? I'm waiting. I say it's bad. It's very bad. And India's condition, even though they have some of the most incredible spiritual energy on the world, not even comparable to anything in the universe, they're still in a bad condition. Very stupid and ignorant. Abusing a lot of animals. Very bad. Very, 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 very bad. Not just the animals, there are lots of human rights abuses here too. Very, 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 very bad. Not good, not good. I am contemplating going vegan. Why are you contemplating that, Katie and Stacker? Why are you contemplating that? They worship the river, but India have some of the dirtiest rivers in the world. It's hypocrisy. Yes, that's one of the bad things about India. Okay? Uh, Yet the river is holy. Make no mistake. They don't worship it just because it's just let's find a river and worship it. First of all rivers are holy. Let's get that understood. All oceans are holy. Any body of water is holy because it gives us life. It gives us health benefits. Yeah. Absolutely. You should watch that documentary or that video. Vegan versus 20 meteors. I posted on Discord. And but the Ganga River has spiritual quality. I've been there. I've swam in there. Unfortunately, it's quite dirty, but it was like electricity. It was like energizing, alive. Whoa, not like anything else. I'm eating meat tonight. Okay, Fabian, keep eating those animals' corpses. Wish you the best of luck. You're getting timed out, put in the corner. You think about your actions. Okay, 5 minutes. You go sit in the corner, little Timmy. Human morality, like your thoughts of animal, is subjective. Of course, human morality, like your thoughts on animal, is subjective. Everything is subjective. I'm living a subjective experience. Hello. I don't know what you mean actually, so I can't say for sure. Eating roadkill would be ethically moral. Yes, eating roadkill would be ethical and moral. Exactly. It would be disgusting. Also, Dion McNeil coming in strong with another donation. First of all, I thank you very much, Dion. And I like your super chats. I love super chats on this channel. If you want to support me in my growth and my YouTube channel's strength, please send a super chat. Ideally, a strong color like yellow. It'll really inspire me. It'll get my juices flowing. And I thank you very much in advance for your kind contributions. So Dion says with a super chat, Dion McNeil, every single vegan takes supplements to get their vitamins, amino acids. Meat eaters get it. Meat eaters get it in meat, I'm assuming. If it was that healthy, you wouldn't have to do that. Prove me wrong. Okay, that's good. That's good. Did you know, Dion, that the animals that you eat, they also get supplements? They're fed B12 supplements. There's one thing that you have to understand. Another thing you have to understand. The fish that swim in the ocean, they eat the plants that give them omega vitamins or minerals, omega vitamins, whatever, omega 3, omega 6. That's where they get it from. So we don't have to get it from fish. That's the source. So instead of you doing that, why don't you just get a algae supplement? Hmm? Also, assuming supplements is somehow bad or thing, I think you're the only. It's not. Supplements are good. Supplements are a condensed form of a mineral. Like salt, you can see it as a supplement. I take turmeric supplements because turmeric tastes like shit. Turmeric is in a little capsule. I swallow it. I get the benefits without the bad, shitty taste. Supplements are not bad. Supplements are really good. Supplements enhance your ability, your growth. Supplements are a fantastic invention. I think people see supplements, okay, Gagey, you're getting timed out for 24 hours, buddy. I'm back in one day cycle, and hopefully you're feeling a little bit better. Okay, buddy? Cheers. So the only problem with supplements, I think, is that it's synthetic. Some labs make bad supplements. It's like chemically formulated crap, and then you eat it, and people get disease, and it's like, yeah, that's bad. I agree. But supplements are good, and you should take supplements. Even, get this, okay? This is my last point. Even if you're an animal abuser, and if you're eating steaks for dinner and breakfast, whatever, you're causing animals to suffer for your taste pleasures, you still have to take supplements. So it's not some perfect diet. An animal abuser diet is not some super healthy diet. It's a diet that still lacks calcium or magnesium, vitamin D, so many things. I'm not some scientist to tell you what the things that you lack. You have to Google it. But I know for a fact, hearing these arguments, meat eaters, animal abusers lack so many vitamins. They're still deficient in so many things. Fiber. So take supplements even if you're an animal abuser. Nothing wrong with supplements. But to go vegan, my friends, to go vegan. Always go vegan. How did Shiva go without supplements? How did she? I don't know. Shiva was a mythical being, okay? He didn't eat for months. So you saying he doesn't have supplements is not really anything. If we need supplements to survive, humans wouldn't be here. Why is it hard to believe and accept animal products are a staple and healthy? No, okay. So if we needed supplements to survive, humans, that's true. But did you know also, Dion, that back in the day, just because you ate meat didn't mean you have some like super healthy and abundant lifestyle. Human beings live to be 30 max. I would be at my deathbed right now. So that's not a good measurement. Okay, just because we had to do something back in the day because we had no choice doesn't mean we should continue it now. It doesn't mean it's a good choice. So if you go on a animal diet back in the caveman days, you'd be like 25 and then you'd be dead. That's it. So we have advancement of technology. We wear clothes. We have an iPhone. We should use technology. We should use supplements. We should supplement many things in our diet. It's very good, but don't choose synthetic supplements. Choose natural supplements. It's the best. And best thing is instead of you taking a vitamin D supplement, go and enjoy some sunlight. That's always best. Instead of you going and eating some fish's dead body parts, eat some algae, eat some seaweed. It's way better, tastes way better, less death, less suffering. Do you think the suffering has no impact on you? The fact that we're causing all these deaths to these animals, they're begging. 25 million animals every single day are pleading for their lives. Please don't kill me. I don't want to die. I'm scared. Do you think that has no consequence to you? It does. There's my biggest fan right here. He made a second account and he's spamming. My fan, my friend, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. I look forward to you coming in the future. You get another 30-minute ban. You're getting a 30-minute timeout. Please sit in the corner. Please sit in a comfortable couch. Watch my videos. Feel better, my friend. I need some plant-based vegan lifestyle, baby. Plant-based. Synthetic supplements that are identical to yeah. I have so many rebuttals, but typing to every statement you make. Tell me the rebuttals. Write them out. Sustainable consumption is the key, my friend. Okay. As in India, the largest country with vitamin deficiency, according to World Health Organization, leads to serious disease. Not everyone can afford to buy supplements. Yeah, not everyone can afford to buy supplements. Therefore, we should eat meat. No, that's not true. Everyone can afford to buy supplements. That's a fact. Or not? No, that's not a fact. The people that can afford to buy meat, guaranteed can afford to buy supplements. What are you talking about, bro? Meat is the most expensive thing you can buy. It's the most expensive food diet. It's the most expensive diet. Buddy. And Fabianuz is a person that is another fan. You're getting a 30-minute timeout, my friend. Keep making those accounts. Keep eating that meat, bro. Keep eating that meat. Vegan meat, I should say. Plant meat. Sustainable. Exactly. So there's nothing sustainable about farming 100 billion land animals and slaughtering them every year. That is not sustainable. That's bad. That's bad. If a diet depends on supplements to meat-based nutrients, it's automatically the most natural or practical for everyone. Uh, I don't understand that, but animals get fed supplements. Newsflash. So supplements are not bad. You should supplement. We have this opportunity to take supplements and to better health and to improve our health. If you had to kill another human being or a horse or a cow to continue living, would you kill it? I would kill an animal to continue to live. Absolutely. Yeah. And I would have to accept the consequences of that. But I like living much more. 420 atheists, you should send me a super chat instead of tagging my name. That's how you get my attention. Well, one rebuttal is look up it. Not one civilization society has survived on a vegan diet. That's no hate. That's historical records. Please explain that. Okay. So, uh, not one civilization society has survived on a vegan diet. That's no hate. Well, the Hindu culture has survived on a vegetarian diet. Sure, there's some animal abuse, and there's much more animal abuse now because of the introduction of Western values. But for a long time, that has not been the case. Okay, look at this beautiful creature. Hello, my friend. Look, I forget about veganism. This is who we need to kill. I need to eat this right now. Like, I'm just salivating right now. Wow. It's so natural. It's so sensible to eat this. I thought about like eating some plants, some vegetables. No, man. I just got hungry all of a sudden. It's so sane and normal. Like, how do you even make a steak out of this? I need to go Google how to make a steak out of this. Hey, are you a steak? Can I eat you? Oh, look at this moth. Okay. Gotta clip that. All right, we got another fan. We got another fan here making other accounts. Kudos to you, my friend. Kudos to you. You keep eating that plant-based meat. That's what it's all about. Some Beyond Meat burgers. You enjoy. Sure, you made me put your point that I didn't read. Congratulations. You're correct. That cow tried to attack you. Yeah, it didn't like me touching him. The cow is eating grass. Right now, he's eating grass. So I forget what. Okay, so yeah, the civilization has never survived on a vegan diet. That's true. Seriously, mankind would have not survived on a vegan diet. Please, I'd love to have a vegan debate. Okay, Dion, we will go on Discord tonight. I don't know what time it is, but hopefully you can make it in like 4 or 5 hours. I can go back home. We can properly debate. What about the fact that no civilization has ever survived on a vegan diet? That's true. There are really no civilizations that have been vegan. And why is that? Well, I can only speculate. But the closest civilization that's been vegan is the Indian culture. It was said that something like 30%, or at least right now, 30% of the whole population is vegetarian. So they're doing well. But people can survive on a vegan diet, let alone civilization. I'm surviving, and I'm a civilization. Civilizations are made from human beings. That's also a logical fallacy to say that, oh, no one survived. Well, no one survived without wars. No other civilization has survived without wars and causing wars and people, torturing others and so forth. Does that mean that we should do that? No, logical fallacy. So eating a bad, unhealthy diet also lowers your lifespan. It's not good. Something like, a couple thousand years ago or 2,000 years ago, your lifespan would be way less. That's not a good thing to do. Not a good thing to eat. I am civilization. Correct. Civilization isn't some entity. It's made up of individuals. Since when you became a vegan, I was a vegetarian since I was 19 years of age. 19. I'm 30 now, and I became vegan, 100% vegan, like actually vegan. Uh, about 3 years ago. Even though I identified with vegan values, I wasn't making vegan choices. That's why I say I was vegetarian. Sometimes I would make bad choices, even though I knew veganism is the best thing. But it took a long time for me to digest this, to resolve these inner conflicts and the confusion and the delusion, etc. So now I'm fully set. You're surviving, but I see in your streams where you struggle to do push-ups and you admitted it was what? Buddy, I can do 20 push-ups easily. What do you mean struggle to do push-ups? I don't train, I have any kind of thing, and I'm for sure, my friend, for sure. I'm much more athletic than you. I don't care who you are. If you're here in an animal abuser's diet, and if you come to the Valangari Mountain, I can guarantee I can climb faster than you. Why? Because my blood is filled with more oxygen. It's a less muck, less poison, less chaos, less death and torture, less blood, animals, foreign blood. Very easy for me to climb, and very easy for me to climb down. But here, lifting some weights, pumping some muscles. Oh, what about your body? But showing you your biceps. I'm not gay. I'm not showing you my muscles. So it's not like that. It's not like that. Functionally, let's go for a long walk. I'll go way longer than you, guaranteed. And just in terms of the uh the conscientious aspect of it, I feel much better knowing that I'm blameless, that I'm not supporting the death and the holocaust of animals. Whew, there's a load off my back. No way, I'm not supporting that. If I was supporting child abuse, and I knew I was supporting child abuse, why am I supporting children being abused? What is wrong with me? But hey, I have some weird delusions about it. That would feel bad, wouldn't it? Exactly in the same way. Exactly. Dude, the stream is literally there, Shiva, and you admit on stream it was since you're vegan and diet. Yes, okay, fine. I admit that. And we're gonna talk about a different topic, so I'm not gonna jump into that right now. Everyone's body is different. Yes. I'm happy to be vegan. I am strong as a vegan. I will develop my body as a vegan. I will eat the right things and in appropriate amounts and really build my body to be as strong, way stronger than any animal abuser. That's for sure. And that has changed actually. Dion, I'm glad you brought that up. That has changed. I can comfortably say that. That has changed. That was a mindset that I had. I truly believe that maybe I'm missing something. And actually, in the last couple of days, this has totally shifted. Like a belief or a concept in my mind eroded, it evaporated. And I felt, okay, I can actually do this long term. I can actually go on a plant-based vegan diet for decades, and I will have a strong and healthy body. So it wasn't physical. I hope you understand what I'm saying. 420 atheists coming in with $2 Australian. Woohoo. He says with a super chat, even if not vegan, you shame who have no choice. Even if not vegan, you shame who have no choice? No, I would never shame someone who has no choice. A person that's living in the North Pole, they do have a choice, let's be honest. They can move, they can leave. So they do have some shame. Okay? But a person that has no choice, a person would be like stranded on an island or lost in the wilderness. If I was lost in the wilderness, I would be going and killing pigs and whatever I could kill and find, or scavenging fruits if there was. But if there was no fruits, all right, buddy, time to go hunt, whatever I can do. So I would never shame somebody that has no choice. No, that's unreasonable. Why the biased views though? I'm wanting a genuine debate. No hate, bro. Seriously, I'm wanting a genuine debate too. I'll invite you to my live stream. We'll see what you got. Okay, and I hope we can do it. You're wearing child labor clothes and shoes. That's not for sure. Actually, that's pretty much not true. These clothes I bought in Bali. Actually, that might be true. I sure hope not. And I'll buy some clothes here from the Isha Yoga Center, which for sure it's not made from child labor. But I don't buy Nike. I don't buy designer name trash. And that stuff is for sure made from labor clothes. And again, my friends, veganism is doing your best, avoiding the suffering as to the best of your ability. So, yeah, that's I don't buy Nike for that reason. Nike has been shown and proven to exploit children and child labor for their clothes and for their shoes. I think Nike shoes are actually kind of trash to begin with. It's like elevated platform. You're walking like you're hunched over, very elevated from the ground. That's not my thing. I prefer to be walking barefoot or as close to barefoot as possible. But if, again, my friends, this is about not being stupid. If I'm going to a store, a clothing store, and one is advertising, hey, this is made with child labor, and another is advertised, this is not made with child labor, this is made with people that were paid well, I would choose the one not made with child labor. But when you go to the grocery store, you buy fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes, all the thousands of varieties of plant food, and also the plant meat, so-called mock meats. Hey, these are food that has not been made with victims. No one had to suffer and die for this. And here's an animal that had its throat slit and died sufferingly miserably because you wanted it to happen. You choose the unethical option. So why are you choosing the unethical option? If I had to choose which clothes I would buy, I would not buy clothes that revolved around suffering of others. But you seem to choose to contribute to suffering of others. Why are you choosing to suffer or make others suffer? KK coming in with a $5 donation. Thank you for your support, KK. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a moderator of my channel. And thank you for your comments. She says with the super chat, W Shiva, it's about doing the best you can. Also, Nike quality sucks. Absolutely, yes. So there was a fantastic definition of what veganism means in this video that I recommend you watch. One vegan versus 20 meat eaters. It was phenomenal. How one vegan just slaughtered 20 vegans or 20 non meat eaters. Slaughtering is not vegan, but verbal slaughter. It was fantastic. It was just the debates that they had. There was nothing. There was nothing. You can't defend animal abuse. Come on, start to try to defend animal abuse. Oh, animal abuse is good because it tastes good. Right, buddy. Right. So he defined veganism in a particular way. I have to go back and to see how it's defined. It's like doing your best to avoid unreasonable suffering, something like that. It's unnecessary suffering. It's unnecessary suffering. Yeah. So we don't want to contribute to death of other animals needlessly. If I need a cow to die for me to stay alive, the cow is dying. That cow that I just showed you, look, buddy, I'm gonna figure out a way to kill you if that's the only thing I had to eat. Uh, I would suffer the consequences of killing a sentient being. The karmic consequences are there, but the karmic consequences are way more there of me dying out of hunger. Okay, I want to stay alive for a long time. But I have grocery stores. I have, restaurants. I can just go and eat lentils, which I will right now. Lentils and bread, and so many other fruits. Oh my God, and mushrooms. I'll eat that, and I'll be happy. Woohoo! No one had to suffer and die for my food. Um, what was my point? What was I trying to say? Yeah, so we can do that. Uh, grown out of his simple ways. Yeah, I'm growing into my simple ways, my friends. I'm not gonna grow out of my simple ways. I'm living on a simple diet. No pain, no suffering, no torture. Simple. Simple is better. No, you know what we need to do? We need a farmland in order for us to grow the food, to feed the animals, for us to kill them, and then for us to eat them. That's insane. That little whole circular roll, that's so inefficient. Or she, yeah. So yeah, it's about doing your best. Doing your best. Needless suffering the animals are going through. Needless. It's not needed. Plants and trees are also sentient beings and breathe air and release oxygen. Someone please Google, maybe KK, you can Google and copy and paste what the results are. Are plants and trees sentient? I'm not going to talk further into that topic until somebody gives us a definition. Why the green screen? I don't know, because it's not like I can buy a plane ticket and go to South India and enjoy a beautiful yoga center environment. I have to get a green screen. It's a very advanced green screen, very expensive. Make sure you donate to support my channel so that I can fund these green screens. Shiva, I remember you talking shit about Shiva going to his life. What? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I remember that actually. KK when she first joined, she was well, she's a converter now, but she she was confused. She didn't know what was happening, and a lot of people are. And then once they kind of understand, oh, this is kind of like they do this every day, and it's kind of like, okay, it's kind of rational or reasonable. Then she understood. She stepped out of it. Love your work. Don't get hate get to you. Yeah, absolutely. You can't let the pain of others touch you. Sorry, there was a comment by Krishna, my friend, that I saw. He said something, but Mahadeva, yes, Krishna, welcome. Nice. KK says, very confused I was, then I fell in love. Awesome, excellent. So even if you're a vegan and you're watching these slaughterhouse videos, it's painful to watch, but you can't be touched by it. You can't allow it to impact you because that's not good for you. So a guy who doesn't have a motor functions and sensory systems, irresponsible, doesn't consider to be sentient. Sentience, I think, is a quality. Like, yes, that's when people go into a coma. What do we call them? Hmm? K-edits? We call them a vegetable. Why? Because vegetables are not sentient. Okay, thank you. Thank you, KK. So please, someone Google if plants are sentient. No, Dion, I think KK is way less delusional than you. I'm delusional. Everyone's delusional. But degree to delusion is to degree. Life eats death. No, actually, life eats life. You eat death. That's the difference. But this guy probably thinks babies in the womb aren't sentient either. Wouldn't know. Babies in the womb are sentient, absolutely. But it takes a certain amount of time for life to enter the body. In yoga, they say that's like 40 days. 40 days, and then life enters. So before 40 days, you can get rid of whatever you want to, you can get an abortion and there won't be any ethical consequences. You're just basically destroying the muscles. But after 40 days onwards, life is entered and the baby feels and the baby is aware and conscious to some extent. And then it's a very big deal. Then it's very serious. So don't have promiscuous sex. Be aware of what you're doing sexually. Don't make choices that you wouldn't want to, you know. If you're having sex with someone, you better be ready to have a baby with them. And if you're not ready to have a baby with them, why are you having sex? Well, you're just addicted to pleasure. Get over it, okay? And be responsible. So if a baby's starting to grow on you, you have no right to go and shove scissors inside the womb and cut it up. That's insane. But that's just my opinion, okay? It's a very sensitive topic. Abortions. Babies are sentient, of course. Baby is conscious. Baby is sentient, and so does plants and trees. Okay, kids. Let me newsflash. Plants are not sentient. There's a difference between what sentience is and alive is. Plants are alive, yeah, but they're not sentient. Please, someone Google if plants are sentient and copy and paste it. Or K-edits, go and do that. Okay, go educate yourself. We're waiting for some super chats, my friends. Please send your super chats my way. Best way to support the channel. If you agree with what I'm doing here with my work, if you want to support my work, if you want to send me some good energy, send a super chat my way, my friends. Are bugs sentient? Yes, bugs are sentient. Mm, okay. I want to know why KK switched up. She heard the word mod. I remember her talking to. No, man, it was like weeks after I understood who she was, and she kind of understood what's happening for me to make her a mod. I didn't make her a mod, then she switched up. What? No. I think she was getting triggered when she was watching the videos with me, Dr. Rob. She was getting all of it out. I thought she was thinking we were like scamming people or causing hate or something. I don't know what she was thinking, but she was thinking something. It was definitely triggering you. That's probably the most accurate way of saying it. And then she kind of resolved that inside of herself. And then now it's like she understands. What do you think I'm doing something bad here? You think I'm some sort of evil person? I'm a sensible, kind-hearted person. So anybody that follows me genuinely is interested in what I'm doing and involves with this, with me, is good. So you too, Dion, you have some sensibility to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be sending super chats. So my cat that has food at home, why does he have to still go and kill? That's the cat's nature. You can't stop that. The cat has no way to transcend their nature, but we do. We have the ability to transcend our biological impulses because we're human beings. We're not cats. We have an upright spine. We're conscious. We have the ability to rationally think. Cat does not have that ability. Exactly. Cats has no options. It's just a biological impulse machine. What's human nature then? Well, that's the first yogi, you see? That is human nature behind me. Bliss, ecstasy, through your own interior nature, meditativeness, wisdom, inner experience, consciousness, sensibility, sense. Man, the values people have are so confused and confusing. Fafadu says, my nature is to be 250 pounds and muscular and do 1,000 calorie heavy bag workout. Congratulations, man. But how many animals' lives have to be lost for you to support that? Is that really sensible? Let's think. An animal had to be raised in a torturous condition, slit its throat, didn't want to die, very afraid. Then those animals get shipped off to you. You eat it so you can hit a bag. I congratulate you, man. If you were lifting the world with that, with those calories, and animals have to suffer for you to feed yourself for some reason, you can do that on a plant-based diet, but whatever. And you're doing some really amazing feat, like you're helping everyone to survive. Oh my God, please kill. We couldn't kill cows fast enough for you. I would be killing cows for you. You what? Hitting a bag because you want to impress the women? Yeah, the women are very impressed. Keep going, buddy. Insane. We're insane. We're insane. You eat the lentils so you can sit around while and pretend to be a boy. Oh, okay. Now your second comment made me understand you have no brain cells to rub together, so you're done. So are you denouncing Rob and his practices, or do you respect the way he talks to his chat? Genuine question. I don't respect his bad behavior at all, but I can't denounce his meditative experience. So when a person in a coma has nothing functional going on, is not sentient. Good to know, man. I can't claim that for a fact. I don't know. I don't know. So I would have to educate myself further on that. Well, you have achieved climbing mountain. The women are impressed. I'm not doing it for climbing a mountain for women. Okay, there are many mountains here. Hello, buddy. 420 atheist. I don't climb random mountains just because it's a feat. Oh, don't you know I climb mountains? I'm very fit. I don't what? That's stupid. I climb this mountain because it's one of the most spiritual places on earth. And if you don't believe me, too bad, so sad. Come visit it and come. You stepping foot on it and you climbing, you'll understand. It doesn't matter how delusional or stupid you are. We got a lot of stupid people here. Drinking alcohol, eating meat. You're dull and delusional. You walking up, it's like your body just transforms energetically. So that's the benefits. I'm not doing it for because I'm fit and strong and look at me, look at my testosterone. Congratulations. You keep climbing those mountains. Nah, I'm not stopping my semen retention. That's also something that most people, men can't do here that I've done. Hmm? Not only am I vegan, which takes a lot of discipline, but I'm on semen retention. What does that mean? Am I you know, uh, involuntarily celibate? Am I an incel? No. I am. I also don't masturbate. I don't release my sexual energy in any way. I don't pay attention to women at all, and that's until a wife comes to me, then things are not gonna happen that way. So take inspiration from me, my friends. Take advice and lessons from me. This is something that you want to follow as well. Semen retention is one practice you want to do. to retain your sexual energy, not to get rid of it in your sleep, or on your bed sheets. I mean, or in your bed, or in a condom, or with a woman. 428, he says, one of the biggest hypocrites I've ever encountered. Is that just a statement, or do you have any evidence to support that? What spirit does an animal have and doesn't ascend to where it does become a world? I don't know, man. When the spirit of the animal goes into your stomach when you eat it. So, yeah, rest in peace, rest in peace. And Ancient of Days Lion of Judah donates $5 Australian. First of all, let's get some W's in the chat for the $5 Australian donation super chat. Highly appreciate, my friend. I love seeing the lion emoji or profile picture, even though lions aren't vegan. Lions are powerful nature animals and very majestic. I hope you well, brother. I'm always here if you need. I love you and good to see you again. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. I appreciate being here. Kudos, respect, much respect. 420 Atheist says, the fact that you shame people for the very things you are guilty of. What did I shame? What? I eat meat? I shame people for eating meat. Yeah. But I don't eat meat. I shame people. That's pretty much the only thing I shame people for, because that is something to be shamed for. See, um, wrong behavior, unethical behavior should be shamed, should be shunned, should be waved your finger at. If you're abusing women, I should shame you. Shame on you, man. Shame on you. You're hurting others. You're abusing animals. Very much shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Very bad thing you're doing. There's nothing else that I'm really shaming people for. So there you go, 420 Atheist. I hope that destroys your delusion. Yes, grooming behavior is frowned upon. From what I understand, grooming is bad. The delusion is thinking you aren't also an animal abuser. Well, I'm saying that more for an emotional impact, calling people's animals abusers. But you know what the difference is between you and me is that I don't have victims on my dinner plate. So I'm reducing the amount of animals that are killed on my behalf. I still eat plants. I still eat vegetables. That requires insects to die and other animals to die. But you know, Shiva, 250 donor right now. I'll send first, but then you have to eat some sort of meat. I'll send the 250 first. Question. No, my friend, I cannot do that. But I would definitely appreciate a $250 donation if you debate me on veganism. I will eat some mushroom type meat substitute. It looks like meat, it tastes like meat, but it's mushrooms. And I'll do a live stream and I'll pretend it's meat. Oh my god, I'm eating animals, guys. I'm eating animals. Yeah, that's very good. That's very true. Children in the mind, but only the bodies grow. Yeah. That's most people. That's me too, but I want to be more mature. It's felt like Dr. Rob was saying that you're sick. Did you know that casual determinism is true, free will? What? Did you know that casual determinism is true and free will is incompatible with casual determinism? Eat as you want. Yeah. Why don't you do as you want also? Huh? Verified? Why don't you just go and abuse children, abuse women, start wars, cause calamities, do as you want, eat as you please? There's victims for what you eat. Who cares, man? Who cares? They can't speak. They can't speak or call the police or send you into a courthouse. That's why you abuse them, right? Shame on you, man. Shame on you. Yo, meat eaters aren't monsters. Yeah. You know who's not a monster? People that pay 100 billion animals to be sent into slaughterhouses every single year and have their throats slit for their personal taste pleasures. If that's not a monster, I don't know what is, buddy. If that's not a monster, I don't know what is. You can do as you want. It's all subjective. All right, buddy, Luffy. The first thing I'll do is go and torture you and set your house on fire because I can do whatever I want and there is no God. No, that's stupid, buddy. And I would be stupid for doing that. And it would be very unethical. It would cause me turmoil because I have a conscience. Not only would I be put in prison also, and it would cause you pain and turmoil. So stop being stupid and get your head out of your ass. My friends, something about communication, a communication tip is I can't read your mind. No one can read your mind. When you say something, you have to be specific, not just, oh, your argument is flawed. What does that mean? What argument? I made 50 arguments. When are you, what, be specific, then I can actually understand what you're saying. Oysters, mushrooms are vegan. Absolutely. I'll eat some, Dion, I'll eat the shit out of some oyster mushrooms. Please send me that $250 donation. I'll bless you for an eternity. And we'll eat some oyster mushrooms and we'll pretend we'll pretend it's meat. Oh my God, I'm eating meat. All your arguments, bud. Okay, Luffy. I'm sorry you had to send that chat. You don't have two brain cells to rub together. What about the mushrooms feelings? The mushrooms don't have
Intensity peaked, he became utterly still. People saw that he was experiencing dimensions that no one had ever known or able to fathom. His ecstasy and intensity allowed him to transcend his physical form, witnessing an individual human in union with the cosmos. They call him a yogi, as he was the first one, the Adi Yogi. When his stillness lasted for years on end, curious onlookers melted away. Only 7 seekers remained as they.
um shaming people for bad behavior is Buddhist. Shaming people for killing is Buddhist. Buddhists spread love and peace, not shame. Yeah, Buddhists also spread not killing. Darth Jar Jar, huh? Not very Buddhist of you to have animals on your dinner plate. So if you want me to stay around for the light show, let me know. Maybe someone can send me a super chat for that, and we'll show you the light show for tonight. So yeah, my friends, jellyfish, they don't have a brain, and fairy field plant. I'm not sure. So sentience, veganism is about eating things that don't have a brain and central nervous system because sentience. Pretty sure Buddhism don't do that or ask for super chats. Buddhists beg for food, you dummy, imbecile. And also, I'm not a Buddhist monk, so I have no rules. I can beg, I can ask for money, and I'm providing a service. And people choose to donate. People can choose to donate. And what is the moral issue with someone sending me a super chat? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? You don't have enough brain cells to rub together? And also, if you're doing something evil or wrong or you're hurting animals, you should be shamed for that. That's where shame comes in. Shame on you, man. Shame on you. You're hurting others. Oh, you admitted you're a fake Buddhist. I'm much more a Buddhist than you. I've meditated. I've had deep spiritual, mystical experiences. I've did the inner work. So I'm probably the best Buddhist you've ever seen. But you thinking you know what Buddhism is because you read in a textbook, you're actually a fool and a bozo. See, a Buddhist isn't going to say you're stupid. I'm a Buddhist and I'm saying you're stupid. So obviously your facts aren't there, buddy. So please get your head out of your ass, turn around, go walk in a straight line for a couple of hours, and think about what you just did. Don't be the troll Shiva. No, I'm doing them a favor. I'm dismantling their illusions. They're they're gonna start to think. They have to think. People are gonna have to think. Well, there's no real Buddhist then. Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, we've concluded. let's follow your logic. There's no real Buddhism left then. Yeah. Not like there's thousands of monks around the world and monasteries and meditation masters that have wisdom beyond anything you can possibly imagine. Yeah, we'll follow you, buddy. Person that has no profile picture. If you represent Buddhism as cooked, yeah, I do represent Buddhism. Not killing living beings, not lying, not stealing, not misusing my sexuality, not intoxicating my mind, uh, not doing evil things, doing good things, and purifying my mind. I represent Buddhism because that's all the things that I do. What do, Darth Vader? Abuse animals on your dinner plate? You're definitely not a representation of Buddhism. You don't even know what Buddhism is. You imbecile. Imbecile. Hmm. Grow, yeah. Whatever my beard length or hair grows, that's just my body's desire. That's my body's thing. I can't choose to grow a different beard. And at least I have the strength and confidence to grow a beard and to let my facial hair grow, unlike you. Prepubescent teenage boy, a beta. No, no, I'm not justifying them to the trolls. I'm responding. I'm responding to their statements, and I'm just going with the energy. So they have they're bringing the energy. Not knowing Jesus Almighty God is the most high God. Yeah, sure, yes. Yeah, he's legit a con artist. All right, buddy. All right, buddy. Thank you, thank you. Well, that's the thing. I am a man, and a man's supposed to look like this. Supposed to have a beard. I just don't cut my beard like some crazy people do. This is not good energy. Then why are you here, Joss, mate? Why are you here? Meditate. Create some positive energy. You live off donations in perpetual vacation. If that was true, that would be awesome. That's awesome, isn't it? Wow, I really have a blessed life. Whatever positive karmic actions I did to deserve this, thank God to me. And may this continue to blossom further. And it will continue growing. It'll become bigger and bigger. You stay tuned, subscribe. You're going to be very jealous of me, very resentful. Oh, how can it be like this? Stop sending in money. No, 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 no. Darth Vader doesn't even have a profile picture, but he's telling me, oh no, it's Tanner. Yeah, he shows negative energy. He might be a look. Are you showing negative energy when you're paying animals to be killed for your taste pleasures, Darth Vader? Hmm? Are you showing positive energy when you're paying others to kill animals for your behalf? I've been subscribed. Nice. That's good. Stay subscribed. And I'll see you here. I don't pretend to be a Buddhist. Neither do I. I am a Buddhist. I don't pretend to do anything except I'll pretend to eat meat. When Dion gives me a $250 donation. Shiva positive vibe in presence of Yogi. Correct. I like watching these things to see how confused humans can become, and then watching the confusion in the chat. Yes, I mean, delusion and human ignorance and stupidity is not unique. And I'm stupid. And I'm delusional, but I'm working very hard and quickly to destroy that and dissolve that. And for KK, I do a lot of charity work myself and do a lot. Nice. That's good. Good work. Good work, Dion. That's good. I can feel that. I can feel that from your heart. Seating area. Stay tuned. Says
நமஸ்காரம். ஆதி யோகி திவ்ய தரிசனம் இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நேரத்துல ஆரம்பிக்க இருக்கு. எல்லாரும் சீட்டிங் ஏரியால வந்து அமருமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம்.
you are in a beautiful place. Don't get upset at the trolls. I'm not getting upset. I'm responding to them. And not responding won't work. So the people that have the most hateful comments, they have the most energy. That's where the energy of the collective is going. I have to respond to that in a way that makes sense. So I can't just pretend that it doesn't exist. Someone is calling me a fake Buddhist. Oh, I just pretend it is. No, I'll respond. Maybe I am a fake Buddhist. Maybe I'm killing living beings. Maybe I'm stealing. Maybe I'm not following the teachings of the Buddha. But I know I am, so I'll prove a Discord call when Shiva live. I'll wait for you. All right. Yeah, thank you for your super chat. Super chats are always welcomed here, my friends. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your vote and trust in me. And I hope to continue to do this good work of dissolving people's ignorance and illusion and stupidity. So, yeah. Respond, but don't get mad or upset. Absolutely. This is the end and conclusion of our live stream, my friends. We have been live streaming for 120 minutes. Thank you for your super chats. We will read some super chat donations here. Everyone that has contributed to the growth of this channel. We have the dog ate my pit bike. Thank you very much. Dion, of course, massive super chats this live stream. Thank you very much for your donations, Dion. Always appreciate you. Always good to see you here. For 20 Atheist for the $2 super chat. KK is always and as well. Thank you very much for your super chat. Ancient Days of the Lion of Judah. Thank you for your super chat and stay tuned. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the contributors and the donors. Audio Love, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the generosity, my friends. Thank you for the generosity. We will go soon. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to meditate in the Dhyanlinga temple, which is the most incredible temple. I'm going to enjoy bliss. I'm going to go eat some vegan food. Shout out to me for eating some vegan food, lentils and bread, etc. And then I'll go home and I will do a live stream with Dion and we'll debate veganism. And we'll see if there's any good argument for the abuse of animals. Maybe he has some good arguments for the support and continuation of slaughterhouses and animal abuse and factory farms. That is it, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. Leave a like on this video. We're at 126 likes. Maybe we can bring it up to 130. Subscribe. Stay subscribed. I do live streams every single day except Sunday, most likely. And we got some big live streams coming up. Lots of positive energy, lots of spiritual places I'm going to go to. I'm here in India. Thank you for enjoying this, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. I love you very much. I love you all. Even my most intense supporters that have negative things to say about me, I love you the most. And yeah, take care of yourselves, my friends. Make your life blessed. Be good to each other. Be kind to everyone else. And I'll see you here very shortly. Take care. Stay blessed.